Donnie Brasco, the true story behind the Mafia infiltration intro in the late 1970s. One man did the impossible. He infiltrated one of the most dangerous Mafia families in New York and lived to tell the tale. You might know the story from Donnie Brasco. The 1997 crime drama starring Johnny Depp and Al Pacino. But what if I told you that much of what really happened was even more shocking than what made it to the screen? This is the real story of Donnie Brasco, the undercover agent who brought the Mafia to its knees. Chapter 1. WHO was Donnie Brasco? Donnie Brasco wasn't a gangster at all. He was Joseph Pistone, an FBI agent who went undercover for nearly 6 years, one of the longest undercover operations in FBI history. His mission? Infiltrate the Bonanno crime family, one of New York's infamous 5 families, the powerful Mafia clans that ruled organized crime through gambling, extortion, and loan sharking. In 1976, Pistone created his cover identity, Donnie Brasco, a jewel thief from Miami. To pull it off, he studied the mob's slang, habits, and codes. He even learned how to fake the small details, how to shake hands the right way, how to dress like a wise guy, and most importantly, when to keep his mouth shut. Chapter 2. Getting inside. Pistone started small, hanging around mob-connected bars in New York. He worked his way into circles of low-level criminals, carefully proving he wasn't a cop. His big break came when he met Benjamin "Lefty" Ruggiero, a soldier in the Bonanno family played by Al Pacino in the movie. Lefty took Donnie under his wing, showing him the ropes of Mafia life. And here's where the movie gets it right. Lefty really did become like a mentor, even a father figure to Donnie. He vouched for him, introduced him to higher-ranking mobsters, and trusted him completely. But in reality, Lefty wasn't as naive as the film sometimes makes him seem. He was a seasoned killer, reportedly with over 20 hits, and he lived by the Mafia's brutal code, loyalty above everything. Chapter 3. Inside the Bonanno family. Once inside, Pistone witnessed how the Mafia really operated. Forget the romanticized image of gangsters in suits. Most of these guys were struggling, paranoid, and constantly scheming. He saw everything from loan sharking rackets to illegal gambling operations and even murder plots. The deeper he got, the more dangerous it became. Every conversation, every handshake, every favor was a test of his cover. One wrong word could have meant a bullet to the head. The movie shows Donnie gradually climbing the ranks, but in reality, Pistone got so deep that the Mafia was preparing to make him a made man. That is right, he was on the verge of being officially inducted into the Bonanno family when the FBI pulled the plug in 1981. Chapter 4. How accurate is the movie? Donnie Brasco. The movie captures the emotion and tension perfectly, but it does take creative liberties. For instance, the film shows Donnie's cover ending right after a dramatic confrontation with Lefty. In real life, the ending was quieter but far more tragic. When Pistone's true identity was revealed, Lefty knew what was coming. In Mafia rules, if you vouch for someone who turns out to be an FBI agent, you die. Lefty's last call to his wife in real life mirrors the movie. He told her, "If I don't come back, make sure you take care of the dog." But unlike the film's implication that he was executed right after, the FBI actually intervened and arrested Lefty before the mob could kill him. He spent the rest of his life in prison and died in 1994. Chapter 5. The impact of the infiltration. Pistone's work changed the FBI's understanding of the Mafia forever. His undercover evidence led to over 200 indictments and 100 convictions, not just in New York but across the country. The operation proved that the Mafia's code of silence, the legendary, could be broken. It also exposed how the 5 families were linked to unions, construction, and even legitimate businesses. Before Donnie Brasco, the FBI's view of the mob was often based on surveillance and wiretaps. After him, they had first-hand experience of what life inside really looked like. Chapter 6. The cost of going undercover, but all that success came at a personal cost. Pistone couldn't see his family for years. His wife and children had to live knowing he might never come home. He lived constantly on edge, always acting, always pretending. He once said, "When you're undercover that long, you don't know who you are anymore." That psychological toll, the loss of self, is what the movie captures beautifully, especially through Johnny Depp's performance. You can feel Donnie's conflict, torn between loyalty to his job and loyalty to the man who trusted him. Chapter 7: The Mafia Today and Legacy. Today, the Mafia isn't what it used to be. The FBI's undercover work, RICO laws, and constant surveillance crippled the traditional five families, but the legacy of Donnie Brasco lives on, both as a landmark in law enforcement and a cultural classic. It's not just a story about gangsters. It's about identity, loyalty, and betrayal, about what happens when pretending becomes your reality. And for Joe Pistone, the man behind Donnie Brasco, that line between real and fake will never fully disappear. He once said, "The Mafia gave me a name, Donnie Brasco. The FBI took it away, but part of him will always be with me." If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, do you think Donnie did the right thing? Or did he betray the wrong man?